Good morning, everyone. What a pleasure to be here. Today, I would like to tell you about economy and defense. When we look at the Israeli economy from a bird's eye view, from a UAV, UAV's perspective, we see threats, risks, and a war that we've had, but on the other hand, stability, innovation, and capabilities that no other country our size has. Our role in the growth administration and mine as the head of cyber and defense cluster is to turn this into a strategy of action. How do you create in Israel clear economic tracks? How do you build growth engines? And how do you get to the main goal of $1 trillion export by 2045, when in 2024 the state of Israel $50 billion. This is a complex goal, but definitely feasible. And for that, you needed to design a significant plan that would help us reach this goal. We're leading a new perspective. We're not dealing one sector at a time, but we're building competitive clusters, depth structures that create a sustainable edge. And the meaning is more foreign investments, increasing the export in more countries with more exporting companies, increased productivity, and a more balanced division of growing infrastructure between the center and the periphery. This is the basis for our presentation, which leads us to this conversation about UAVs. Together with the Harvard University, the Ministry of Economy made more clear those areas that Israel has a relative edge: high tech, health, agro-food tech, weather, desert tech, climate, and of course defense and cyber that include also homeland security, space and aviation and dual use. The engines of the Israeli economy and the numbers that I will show you only prove that. And what is the foundation of our work? It is the integration, mapping the market, identifying barriers and opportunities, creating partnerships with the industry, optimizing regulation, and constantly having feedback from the field. I guarantee that I set to talk with many of the people in the audience to make sure that that is so. And what does it actually mean? The creation of information system for internal use in the ecosystem, building business communities that the UAV community and the drone will be a part of, investing in infrastructure and regional ventures and business development for the State of Israel. Together with all these tracks, we have been working and we have been mounting this mountain to get to $1 trillion export. This journey is designed like climbing the Everest. And the minute that we're at today, after the global crisis, the war, and the decline in investments and high tech, this moment opens a strategic window for us, and the UAV is the next growth engine of cluster defense and cyber. Let's talk a bit about the economic reality that we operate in. The 7th of October did not in a world global storm that changes the rules of the game. The Russian-Ukraine war that לא שומעת כלום. That split world economy into blocks. Trump and very aggressive customs plans and tariffs. We see this in reality. The ratio between the debt to the product increase, that's a 12% increase that reflects the great heavy cost of the war. The deficit leaped from 5% to 7%. Investment in high-tech declined. And that is a part of a world correction, but also in the impact of war. And the gap in productivity between the North and the South shows that the war has undermined in an unequal way the economic status. The periphery suffered a lot, but the other side is amazing. The Tel Aviv 125 index leaped by 1,850 points in 22 to 3,325 in 2025. During the war, the investors increased their investments because they understood the inherent strength of the Israeli economy and the rate of exchange the shekel gained. And that is totally counterintuitive. Usually a country in war sees the weakening of the currency. The product per capita went up to $59,000, an increase of 15% of GDP per capita during a time of war. The Israeli citizen continues to be richer and more productive, and high-tech went up to 57% of the export. This engine has not stopped, and the acquisitions of Israeli companies explain that too. And what is the common denominator of all that? The Israeli advantage, the ability to react quickly. Unlike other large, cumbersome countries, Israel can change and pivot within days. We saw this in the war. Companies that pivoted from civilian to defense production, startups that developed real time solutions in the Israeli ecosystem that proved its agility. And just look at Israel in its glory. Over 10,000 companies, tech companies in Israel in the clusters. And that means a company for every 1,000 people in Israel, 762 MNCs, multinational companies that are present here, nearly 21,000 manufacturers in the cluster fields, 407 hubs and accelerators and innovators. In the last 2 years, the growth infrastructure, which is the executive arm, invested over 150 million government in different clusters all around Israel that yield another 400 million shekels private money. Together, the governmental and the private sectors help us run forward more quickly in drone and UAVs as well. We invested 12.5 million shekels in establishing a factory for parts in Yerucham for UAVs. Another 45 million shekels were invested this year, along with 80 million shekels from the private sector in digital assets to help companies promote themselves quicker. And in order to help grow the export, in 2026, we are planning a few significant measures for the ecosystem. We're planning to invest in cluster infrastructure abroad, the soft landing sites. This means a physical presence in target markets, local connections and understanding the local regulation and needs, growth track for the world. This is for you, subsidizing the participation in international exhibitions and conference. Our presence is critical and expensive, and we would support you in that. Strengthening the Israeli boots guarantee mechanism for cancellation of participation abroad, and perhaps the most important thing, the regional view, the Galilee, the Negev, Mitzpeh Ramon, and Yerucham. The local action takes a very significant role, and this brings me to the UAV. So how did it start? Just look at this triangle, and Alon talked about these three players that work together. The growth administration, you already understand what we do. Alon, you understand what he does. Yerucham, the regional perspective with very significant assets that create an advantage in the field. And the arrows represent the ongoing work together, no longer a hierarchy, a real collaboration, but each contributes of its own strengths. And out of this collaboration, the understanding of the field and the momentum, we created the following mission statement to position the Israeli UAV sector as a national growth engine connecting defense, industry, and civilian applications. It's not just a nice sentence to have, but it's a strategic declaration of intent. And how do we do this? Via four main axes. The first one, until 2032, we would like to be among the 5 leading countries in UAVs at a scope, business scope, science publications, etc. It's not an aspiration, but it's a measurable goal. The second one is dealing with the infrastructure and the human capital, creating quality jobs in the center and periphery, building critical infrastructure, enabling various regulations that would allow to remove barriers rather than create them. Without infrastructure and skillful people, you won't have any industries. Developing dual use capabilities, develop infrastructure standards and incentives for cross-sector technologies. This is where Israel excels. And fourth, creating Israeli industrial sovereignty and reducing dependencies. We want Israel to be as independent as possible in critical technologies, not to be dependent on outside vendors when it comes to strategic capabilities. It's a defense issue, but also economic one. I'm sorry, my clicker is not responding. When we look all around us, we see that we've not reinvented the wheel. China controls 60 to 70% with over 3,000 companies. The U.S., as Alon mentioned, has issued a presidential decree and introduces a major change in the American budget. India created a PLI mechanism, and the Ukraine increased 6 times its production capabilities and manufactures 95% of its tools itself. By 2027, it will double itself, and Israel should not lose its momentum. In the last few years, in the growth administration, our analysts worked very hard on the database and found over 350 companies in the field that export to over 154 countries, more than 6,700 employees without the three main Israel defense industries. In addition to this, we broke down all the different components and segments, and that is the story. A real industry that is stable with an additional potential to fly higher. The industries in Tel Aviv, Rosh Hashanah, Haifa, Kfar Saba, Yerucham, and the picture teaches us that it's no longer a niche, it is a national field. As you can see, most companies are small companies and medium-sized companies, hence the country has a critical role in alleviating regulation, investing in infrastructure, and assisting in the development of new markets. And this is exactly what we do. In April, we created with UVID and the Yerucham municipality a forum of round tables with 150 companies. We created 4 groups with leading leaders from the industry, and we started to work together. And today it is the foundation for the draft of the government bill that we are submitting to turn UAV into a national growth engine in Israel. And why did we pick UAVs in the driest way? Because it addresses everything that we're looking for, beyond the fact that we're talking about an industry with a very high pace of innovation. The military, the academy, and the industry independence in the ability to translate needs to the market. It actually combines all the segments of the cluster, large companies and small startups, mature technologies and innovations, dual use, and more. And this is the place where the defense and civilian edge becomes into an economic one. In order to switch from a level of potential to the level of $1 trillion export, and for UAVs to take a very important chunk of it, we will create training tracks, collaboration with the academia, and more. We'll invest in experimental infrastructure, flight, and production. We'll remove barriers, create a pilot track, and business development for companies. And most important, we continue with advancing the government decisions. It allows us to place an ambitious goal within 7 years, top 5 worldwide. And as we do that, a significant contribution to the track of $1 trillion export. This is a historic moment. The industry is mature, the market is thirsty for it, and the industry is not lagging behind. We need collaboration for all those to whom this is new: the industry, the academia, the regulators, the defense establishment, government ministries. Please join us. This is the moment to unite around this national growth engine and to lift Israel to a new altitude. Thank you very much.